Gary Keller is right, and they're trying to persecute him for it. Gary Keller tried to forewarn the real estate industry of parasitic alternatives to realtors that are trying to control not only the real estate industry, but values, commissions, and consumer decisions that will all limit choice and cost more money and opportunity. And I gotta tell you guys, I don't care what you think about him, he's right. And this whole Sitzer lawsuit thing going on right now are using his words against him as if what he is saying is either wrong or bad or both. And I gotta tell you, it's nuts, and it's very revealing to me. Check this out.
It's being alleged in the lawsuit that NAR and Keller and others are colluding with brokerages to inflate fees charged by real estate agents. The plaintiffs say that the antitrust laws are violated when listing agents are required to compensate buyers' agents for listing properties on the MLS. This as a means of keeping commissions artificially high. On the stand, and to his point, Gary Keller said,
agents are independent contractors and pick their own commissions. That commissions fluctuate up and down, as they do, and that the only time he saw 6% commissions was during the 2008 meltdown when sellers were totally desperate to get rid of their homes. And he was right.
He goes on to say that Keller does not make their agents join NAR. Bravo on that point. And that the 6% commission is a myth, and that the idea that he was ever trying to tell agents in local markets what to charge by showing that national historical information is ludicrous.
Okay, and he's right once again. And by the way, it's kind of nice to see somebody in this industry has balls against these guys. The plaintiffs are arguing a point that is patently wrong and easily provable. For example, realtors don't average 6% commissions, period. My thinking is, if you can't prove this singular point, the case should be thrown out, just dropped. But it's not, and that's kind of strange, isn't it? So listen up. This is where the plaintiff's attorney let their true colors show, and they ever so subtly let you know what this lawsuit is really about and who's behind it. The plaintiff's attorney argues a point with Gary Keller on the stand, using his words against him, which I would use to show you Gary is 100% right. Now, this point to me is utterly damning for the plaintiff's case.
The plaintiffs argue Gary Keller wrote in emails, quote, "Today our goal is to do everything in our power to protect our real estate agents' commission."
Which is true. Why wouldn't every broker say that? That just makes sense. That's just business. But it's not exactly the point that the plaintiff is trying to make. You see, the likes of Zillow and Opendoor are gunning for the industry, their profits, and what real estate brokers and their agents make. Not to replace them with a better, cheaper alternative, quite the contrary. So again, to Gary's point, however you read that email, he's right.
Catchmark, the plaintiff's attorney, asked Keller if he'd admit he wrote the part of the email where he says Keller Williams knows there is a battle going to be waged between Keller Williams and internet-based companies, and that the battle won't stop until every commission dollar is wrung from the agent's pocket.
And once again, he's right. And why would this be wrong for a CEO to say? This is a war for the industry, my friends. Yeah, it's taking place right now. Here's the thing. We know what the alternative looks like right now. We've got a working model. We've already seen it. Now, we saw this back in the pre-COVID days with these fintech companies when they were coming after and winning commissions and listings in business from agents and real estate brokerages. I saw this personally. I read about it, I talked about it, I spoke with the victims of fintech alternatives, and it went something like this. They're more expensive, they have abusive and misleading tactics, lies, and smear campaigns against real estate agents in their profession. It's way less personal, less protective for our clients, and then when this whole COVID thing hit, they ran for the hills, they took off, they broke contracts and ran away. Why? For fear of losing profits, of course. Never mind the clients, your friends, your community. Now they're back. Yeah, these same fintech companies, they're back with the same old antics, and Gary Keller is right. And the plaintiff's using this against him. I mean, hell, it's proof that he's right. But here's the kicker, guys. Listen up.
Catchmark, the plaintiff's attorney, continued to read Keller's words. Quote, "We're going after every business that is going after agents' data," which Keller called KW agents' sacred data. Quote, "Agents won't be able to make as much money, and that Keller Williams will have lost control if Zillow has all the listings and can value a house," which on the stand, Keller said Zillow still can't do.
Why would anyone have a problem with what Gary Keller said there? You see, all Gary's done here is let everybody know what's on the horizons should the real estate industry lose this and other lawsuits like this. Zillow is going after all of the data. Yeah, duh. All fintech alternatives are going after everybody's data. Everybody's going after everybody's data. Gary is the head of one of the largest real estate companies in the world, has an obligation to protect his clients' data. This is what we want from our companies, and he's getting busted for it? You're nuts. Gary has an obligation to go after companies that are going after his clients' data. Not to passively sit by and allow highly capitalized Johnny-come-lately for-profit at all cost impersonal alternative to his business model companies to come in and just take the damn data. Not only is this what Gary Keller is supposed to do, it's what we want him to do. If this argument is an indictment against the real estate community, all I want to know is where is the counter lawsuit and when is it coming, because I want to be the first one to sign up. I gotta say on a final note here, once again, it's refreshing that somebody in the real estate community has the balls to stand up against these large fintech companies. So whatever you think of Gary Keller, bravo. He did the right thing. You know, as a real estate agent, you owe it to yourself and your clients to know more about some of the loan products that are available to you. And I'll tell you, non-QM is something of the wild, wild west out there. If you want to know product availability, how these function, and how you can bring them to more clients, you can do so with my friends over at Oaktree. Just give these guys a buzz. They'll walk you through all of the non-QM products, but more importantly, how to sell them and have conversations about them with your clients and your prospective clients. Give these guys a ring right now. They're waiting for you. They're super cool. Just fill out the information down below.